Camino de Santiago, we have a problem. When I was coming to Camino, I was imagining that I would be walking on the shore of Atlantic Ocean, not here in the middle of an industrial zone, walking on the streets in the plastic bag for the past 2 days, and I haven't spoken to any so-called community for days because who wants to talk in the rain? Yeah. So what's the issue? What's the thing with Camino de Santiago? What's the expectation versus reality? And this we're going to talk today on the second day of the last 100 kilometers of Camino Portuguese. Oh yeah. I woke up to more rain. Not the romantic kind. The soaking, steady, stay in bed kind. But I didn't come here to be comfortable. So I got up and asked myself, what's special about Operin? At the first glance, it's easy to miss. Yes, there are the archways stacked and stretched through time, and the churches that feel like forgotten prayers in stone. Even the place of Antonio Palacios, whose fame reached Madrid, began here. But what makes Operin truly special isn't its architecture, it's its honesty. I found it in the morning markets. Fruit stalls, fresh fish, and the quiet warmth of people. Not afraid to speak about the Camino, or the culture, or the town. No makeup, no performance, just life, raw and ordinary, and somehow already shining. And with that spirit in my chest, I stepped back into the pouring rain.
Buen camino.
Buen camino.
Venga.
Ciao.
Ciao, tío. Buen día.
Let's be honest, who actually likes walking in the rain? But maybe that's the gift. Rain slows you down, rain quiets the trail, and rain makes you listen. I passed through moss, a scattering of houses and bars, a refuge for days like this, and slowly something shifted. The green here is astonishing. Not just the color, it's a feeling. The rain feeds it all, the trees, the moss, the silence. And maybe that's the lesson. The same rain I curse for soaking my socks is the miracle that keeps everything alive. It all depends of how you look at that. You see, I barely saw anyone on the trail. Maybe because I started late, and maybe because the rain keeps them inside. I did meet a few locals though, four-legged, horses, and they weren't up for the conversation. Hello. How are you? You have a banana there, right? You don't care about banana, right? I know. Not your climate. I understood. Okay. Don't want to talk to me? Bye-bye. Another kind of expectation unmet. But I stopped for the lunch. A sandwich I've made that morning. No menu, no rush, no rules. That's the joy of carrying your own food. You're free to pause anywhere, even if a dining view is the dumped bush and one disapproving goat. I don't even want to open it. Freshly. It's a vegetarian with tuna, with lots of carrots, lettuce, cheese, tomato. I think this should be a
a solitary moment. You excuse me.
And if you walk in your Camino or planning it, tell us what are you expecting and what are you ready to let go of. Leave your comment below. After some time I arrived at Redondela, a bigger village, viaducts, churches, tapas. It tempted me to stop, and I could have. There were beds, smiles, hot plates waiting, but something in me said, not yet. Probably the part that haven't fully soaked through yet. So I kept going, because I wanted to see what Galicia really holds. The sign said 84 kilometers to Santiago, and yet the morning already felt like the lifetime ago. It made me laugh. How ridiculous and relative everything feels out here. Rain can be depressing, but water is a gift when your throat is dry. The thing that weighs you down can be the thing that gives you life. Maybe this is the Camino quiet truth. Expectations are fragile, reality is sacred, and it's not about what happens, it's about how you see it.
The last few kilometers before I get to Arcade, here. And the best part is not raining anymore. Actually, I don't know if it's best or not best part. And if this is what is calling you, if you want to live the adventure from a different angle, more inwards than outwards, we have a good news. Next year we are organizing the walk-in retreats Caminotellers style on this route, Camino Portuguese. If you want to be part of the small group of unique individuals, which on the end will be a big family, and walk with us, we invite you to join the waiting list just in the description below. I don't know why I've chosen to say that, just on this climb. But anyways.
Later that day, I reached a hilltop that looked back over the river, the road, and the miles I've walked, and suddenly it hit me, the Camino doesn't change. I do. From above, the same path looked different. Not easier, not prettier, just clearer. Sometimes the only thing that shifts is your perspective, and that's enough. And occasionally, so is the chocolate bar. And by the time I reached Arcade, the clouds began to part. A village greeted me with the riverside views, local stories, and a sunset light. A moment of beauty not forced, not filtered, just waiting. Maybe the Camino is beautiful after all, just not the way I've expected. I just had to trust. And also, dry socks help a lot. And in the next episodes, I thought the solitude would last forever, but then I crossed the bridge and everything changed. Volunteers with fruits, strangers becoming friends, and one albergue where the Camino spirit lives like it's 1999. Oh, and did I mention we cook, we pray, and we snore together? See you in the next episode in Portela. And if you'd like to know more about Camino Portuguese, watch this video here. Or if you want to know about French way, watch this one over here.